So if we dwell upon Christ more, the more we became like Him. We become changed like Him. We know that this glory that 2 Corinthians is talking about, this is the character. And that is also the glory that is being talked about in Revelation 18. The glory that will encompass all the world. What else? It says here, commonplace duties of home life. It will help develop our characters. Adventist Home 23, paragraph 1. When we give ourselves unreservedly to the Lord, the simple commonplace duties of home life will be seen in their true importance, and we shall perform them in accordance with the will of God. We are to be vigilant, watching for the coming of the Son of Man, and we must also be diligent. Working as well as waiting is required. There must be a union of the two. This will balance the Christian character, making it well developed, symmetrical. So, do we want a balanced Christian character? Let us not shun commonplace duties in the home life. We should not feel that we are to neglect everything else and give ourselves up to meditation, study, or prayer. So, meditation, study, and prayer are good. It will help us behold Christ. But that's not everything there is to it. If we only do that, our characters will be imbalanced. Neither are we to be full of bustle and hurry and work to the neglect of personal piety. We are not also to do all work and forget meditation, study, or prayer. It will also cause our characters to be imbalanced. We will forget about Christ and heavenly things. Waiting and watching and working are to be blended. Not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord. So there has to be balance. Balance for the religious things and the temporal things. Everything is to be blended together. In Ecclesiastes 3, 1-8, it says, to everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. So there's a time for everything. A time to be born, and a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill, and a time to heal, a time to break down, and a time to build up, a time to weep, and a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get, and a time to lose, a time to keep, and a time to cast away, a time to rend, and a time to sue, a time to keep silence, and a time to speak, a time to love, and a time to hate, a time for war, and a time for peace. So there is time for everything. We just need to balance things up. And when we are able to balance things up, it will develop in us a balanced character also. Ecclesiastes 9:10, whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest. So there are many things to do. We just have to learn how to manage them, to balance everything up, so that it will also help us develop to balance ourselves, our characters. Next is social status. Social status. Adventist Home, page 447, paragraph 2. Angels are waiting to see if we embrace opportunities within our reach of doing good, waiting to see if we will bless others, that they in their turn may bless us. The Lord Himself has made us to differ, some poor, some rich, some afflicted, that all may have an opportunity to develop character. So, some are poor, some are rich, some are afflicted. All these things God has made for us to give us opportunity to develop character. The poor are purposely permitted to be thus of God, that we may be tested and proved and develop what is in our hearts. So, are we looking at the poor with disdain? Then that's a problem. That's why God will show us those poor people so that we may have opportunity to develop character. Are we merciful? Are we helpful? It's opportunity to help. Seeing the poor is an opportunity for us to help, to develop that character. Isaiah 58, 6 and 7 says, Is not this the fast that I have chosen? To loose the bands of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, and to let the oppressed go free, and that ye break every yoke? Is it not to deal thy bread to the hungry, and that thou bring the poor that are cast out to thy house? When thou seest the naked, and thou cover him, and that thou hide not thyself from thine own flesh. So, this is the fasting that God has given us. And we know that fasting is closely connected to the Day of Atonement. When it is the Day of Atonement, all Israel is fasting. So this is what we are to do. To bring the poor that are cast out to thy house. Are we able to do that? Are we able to help those with no house to live in? That is developing in us character. Next, association. In Proverbs 13 verse 20, it says here, He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. So uh, let us be careful and who we choose to go with, to be with. Adventist Home, page 455, paragraph 4, it says here, God's word places great stress upon the influence of association, even on men and women, so even upon the adults. Christ is placing a great stress upon the influence of association. How much greater is its power on the developing mind and character of children and youth, especially the children and youth. They're still developing their foundations. That's why God said up to the age of 8 or 10, the parents should be the only teacher for the children. He has said that. And it's not easy. It's not an easy thing to do, especially when we have to consider the loss of the land. But we have to find ways. The closer we follow God's plan, the better it is for us and for our children, for our family. To continue, the company they keep, the principles they adopt, the habits they form, will decide the question of their usefulness here and of their future destiny. So, by constant beholding, we become changed. So, whoever it is that our children is with, the longer they are with them, the more they will adapt what they see. They will form habits because of the things that they see and are becoming accustomed to do. So it will decide the question of their usefulness here and of their future destiny. So we have to pray, pray to God, really ask for His guidance. It's not easy to balance things. So we have to ask for ourselves God's guidance. In paragraph 5, it is inevitable that the youth will have associates. So we cannot stop this from happening. As our children grows older, they will look for people their age. And they will necessarily feel their influence. And we cannot also stop this influence. There are mysterious links that bind souls together so that the heart of one answers to the heart of another. So mysterious links, we cannot understand this, but people will have influence upon others. And the more they go together, the more time they spend together, that bond that links them will grow stronger. One catches the ideas, the sentiments, the spirit of another. So we really it's natural. That's just how it is. This association may be a blessing or a curse. That's why we have to choose. We have to help them, our children, and ourselves. We have to choose who we associate with. Because this association may be a blessing or a curse. The youth may help and strengthen one another. So, as much as possible, we have to choose the youths that are of the same faith, and it really is a dilemma actually, because where we are, usually there's only a handful of people of the same age. That's why when there are fellowships and there are opportunity to gather together, let's grab that opportunity, especially for our children, so that they can have associates that are of the same faith, to develop friendship, to strengthen one another and become more and more like Christ. To continue, the youth may help and strengthen one another, improving in deportment, in disposition, in knowledge, or by permitting themselves to become careless and unfaithful, they may exert an influence that is demoralizing. So, we really have to choose. We really have to choose. And be vigilant. It has been truly said, "Show me your company, and I will show you your character."